Good afternoon, class 11 students. Today we again continue with chapter 2 of biological classification, and class 11th today we would be following from what we did in the 19th video last time. Children, if you remember that in 19th video, children, we studied about different kinds of fungi and their features. We studied about Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, Deuteromycetes, and we studied about their economic importance too. Today in video 20, we study about the economic importance of fungi, both as harmful fungi and useful fungi. And children, in harmful activities of the fungi, we come across the following diseases. Fungi and diseases, fungi are responsible for number of diseases in plants. So we will take diseases one by one. First, in plants, like wilt of arhar, the arhar pulse shrub, in it the leaves wilt. So this is one of the fungus diseases. Stem gall of coriander, etc. The diseases in animals, children, because of fungi, like athlete's foot, ringworm, etc. Then there are diseases in humans, children, aspergillosis and neuritis, etc. Then there are diseases in fruits, soft rot of potatoes and soft rot of tomato. So diseases in fruits and vegetables are given here. Then there is a long list of fungi diseases on page number 87. Which you can see here in this book on page number 87. There is a long list of the diseases given, and the causing organism is given here. So children, you can go through this detailed list. And we see fungi also causes allergies. So fungi as allergens. Many fungal spores are airborne in large numbers, which cause allergies in humans. Fungi and wood decay. Fungi cause decay due to enzymatic activities. White rot of wood, brown rot, fungi, etc. They cause it. Then we see that saprophytic fungi are there, and the tropical deterioration is caused by the saprophytic fungi. A number of articles of our daily use, children, number of articles of our daily use are spoiled by fungi. The electrical equipments, they are spoiled by fungi. Then we see paper is spoiled, clothes, hemp, jute, etc. These are spoiled by fungi. Fungi like Rhizopus and Alternaria, they spoil these various articles of day-to-day use. Then children, we come across the fungi economic importance as biological warfare. Many dreadful fungi are used in biological warfare. Example, LSD, which stands for lysergic acid diethylamide, etc. by the fungus Claviceps. This is the fungus that is used in biological warfare. Then we see there are useful activities of fungi also. Children, the beneficial activities are as follows. In industries, they are used. Fungi in alcoholic industries are used, like yeast, etc. for preparing beverages, wines, etc. In enzyme production, fungus are used. Many extracellular and intracellular enzymes are produced by them. Then we see the fungus are used for producing organic acid like gluconic acid, gallic acid, etc. Then we see, children, in the baking industry, fermenting of carbohydrates, etc. Children, in the baking industry, we have fermenting of carbohydrates, etc. Fungi, they are used in agriculture. These are all the useful activities. They are used as scavengers for decomposition of plant and animal debris which is found in the soil. Then we see fungi is used for biological control, for controlling soil-borne pathogens like nematodes, etc. Then we see that role of mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza is an association between fungal hyphae and roots of higher plants. And the plants, they obtain nourishment from fungal hyphae. So we see that they also play a very important role in giving growth to several pines and forest trees in the tropical area. And without the help of these mycorrhiza, these trees will remain stunted. Their growth would be stunted. Then we see fungi in soil aggregation. Fungi like Aspergillus and penicillin, they have soil binding properties also. Then we see fungi is used as food, children. Many fungi are source of food like vitamins, essential amino acids, minerals and carbohydrates. Fungi are used in medicine also, children, like ergot is produced by Claviceps purpurea for menstrual disorders and cure, etc., and also for abortion activities, etc. Then we see ephedrine synthesized by yeast from benzaldehyde, and we see that steroids also are received from enzymes like cortisone is a steroid. It is used for rheumatoid arthritis. Then we see enzymes also give us vitamins. Many fungi are rich in vitamins, and that is why these fungi are utilized by man. Then, children, we see fungi is used as antibiotics, and they are metabolic products of organisms and are inhibitory to other microorganisms. Example, Penicillium notatum, and the antibiotic of penicillium was the first wonder drug which the world received in the form of antibiotic. Then we see fungi in biological process. Fungi are important research tools in study of fundamental biological processes, detect trace elements like zinc, like copper, etc. Trace elements, they are detected by fungi which are used for biological purposes. Then we see fungi as experimental organisms. They are used for research in biochemical aspects of genetics, etc. Then we see also lichens. We see, children, that the lichens, they are small group of curious plants. If you have a look at lichens here, then you will see that they are a small group of plants, small plants which are curious plants, and whose body is made up of an algal and a fungal component. This relationship is called the symbiotic relationship between alga and fungus. The fungus, it derives the nutrition from the alga, and in turn the alga is protected by the fungus. So we see that alga component can be called as a phycobiont, and the fungal component can be known as a mycobiont. the distribution, there are about 400 genera and 15,000 species of lichens, children, that are found. They grow on barks of trees, they grow on dry logs of wood and bare rocks, etc. Also in xerophytic in nature, because they can survive in xerophytic climates. So they are xerophytic in nature. And then we see that there are types of lichens. Body is thalloid and irregular in shape. Lichens have three categories which are shown here in the diagram. The crustose lichen, the first one is known as the crustose lichen. They have poorly developed thallus and they are attached to the substratum. You can see here they are attached to the substratum, and the fruiting bodies, here are the fruiting bodies, they are visible above the surface of the substratum. Example, graphis is one of the examples of crustose lichen. Then we see another lichen as foliose lichen, children. Here we can see the diagram of the foliose lichen. They have flat leaf-like expanded body. They attached to the substratum. Example, Columba is an example of foliose lichen. Then we have the third kind, which is fructicose lichen. The fructicose lichen, they are shrubby lichen. As you can see, they look like a shrubby lichen. They are well developed. So they are cylindrical and branched thallus, and they grow erect or hang from the substratum. As we can see here, they hang from the substratum. Example, Cladonia is one example. Then we see the economic importance further. Lichens, they are the gifts of nature. We see these lichens, they are the gift of nature. They colonize on rocky habitat and they survive on dry, bare rocks. They are good indicators of air pollution. The important constituents of food in North Polar Tundra, they serve as important constituents of food. And we see that the dried lichen is fed to the horses, or they are fed to a number of other animals, ducks, etc. And we see for Ayurvedic medicines also lichen is used. Dyes are prepared by lichen to color fabrics. Then we see litmus paper is important acid-base indicator dye, which is created from lichens. Then lichens are used as tanning agents in the leather industry to prepare leather. Then we see that harmful lichens, they damage glasses and cause etching of glass, and also they damage the marble stones. Then we come to another category of organisms here, and these are known as the mycorrhizae. It is a symbiotic relationship. The mycorrhizae is a symbiotic relationship between fungal hyphae and roots of higher plants, and this relationship is known as mycorrhiza. The fungal partner obtains food from the roots of the plant. As you can see here, the fungal partner obtains food from the roots of the plant, and in return the plant supplies mineral elements to the fungus, which is very important for the growth of the fungus. Then we see mycorrhiza are important organs of water absorption. They help in water absorption for plants in dry conditions. Then we see mycorrhiza may be ectotrophic. That means the fungal hyphae live on the surface of the roots of high plants, or endotrophic. That means they enter and penetrate the roots of the higher plants and they live inside, they survive and grow inside the roots of higher plants. In the ectotrophic mycorrhiza, fine rootlets are enveloped. We see very fine rootlets are enveloped by a sheath of pseudoparenchymatous fungal tissue. By a sheath of pseudoparenchymatous fungal tissue, which send branches in cortical cells of the roots. These mycorrhiza are on some of the species. They are found on Pinus, they are found on Fagus, they are found on Cycas. Then we see that endotrophic mycorrhiza, which we see here in this particular figure, endotrophic mycorrhiza, they are commonly occur in orchids, where fungus enters into the roots to form well-marked layers. Roots internally attacked by hyphae. We see that the roots are internally attacked by the hyphae of the fungus, as you can see these here. And orchids cannot survive in nature without the help of mycorrhiza. What is the economic importance of mycorrhiza? Mycorrhiza are important biologically and play major role in afforestation. In perennial plants, mycorrhiza induce root tuberization. So it is important for the growth of plants in the forest. So this was the concluding video number 20 for this chapter 2, and this finishes and concludes our chapter 2, children. So wish you all the best. Have a good day. Thank you.